Guys, we just got the greatest episode of BattleBots ever, and my predictions from last video got their butt kicked. Oh man, what a slap in the face that was. But nevertheless, I am so excited for this next round of the bracket. This time we'll be focusing on these four fights and I guess the three after that. So I went I was four, I guess you can't call it 4 for 4, but there were 4 wins, 4 losses in my predictions last time. Uh, Tombstone, that was just an awesome fight. They're so much more reliable than I thought they would be, and that's awesome to see. I love to see robots get more and more reliable as they fight more. So that's awesome, but they're going to have a huge rebuild ahead of them. They took a beating in the Mad Catter fight, and it was just such a awesome back and forth match that they had there. Um, Hydra, Gigabyte, the other two, I really didn't see winning, although I feel like I should have. I really counted Gigabyte out after seeing them kind of get decapitated against Copperhead, but what I really didn't take into account is I'm calling this the pain train effect, where Malice their center of gravity was right on their two wheels, and that makes it so they wobble back and forth. Typically on a four-wheeled BattleBot, having your center of gravity right in the middle of your wheels is like the perfect thing to have, but when you only have two wheels, it creates a rocking back and forth and the instability, which I really should have seen from their first couple of fights. I guess I just wasn't paying enough attention. And I looking back on it, the Bloodsport Chronos analogy, it, I kind of worked out, like, kind of played out that way. Malice, Gigabyte's shell just kept deflecting Malice. Malice could never get a good bite. Um, and Gigabyte outlasted Malice, which I did not think was going to happen. But hey, props to Gigabyte, that was awesome. Hydra versus Hypershock. I kind of thought it was going to go like this and kind of not. I didn't think Hypershock was going to lose their weapon at the very beginning. When I first heard that they were taking off the wedge, I thought it was a horrible idea. Like when I first heard it, and then like as the fight got closer and closer, man, I just kind of realized that like all these guys they know what they're doing, like believe it or not, right? These are professionals. They're the some of the smartest people in the world here on BattleBots, and they're like we don't quite or I guess I don't quite understand what they're doing until it happens. And yeah, Hypershock's driving, it was great. Will Bales really stepped it up. They they just lost their weapon, and after that they were upside down without a weapon, and there wasn't a whole lot they could do. Hypershock got one really big hit in on Hydra, and I kind of thought when that first happened, I thought it was all over for Hydra. I didn't realize that Hydra's really stepped up this year in their durability. So that's pretty impressive what Hydra's got going on. Um, Valkyrie Sub-Zero kind of went like I know I said I had Sub-Zero winning 100%, but that that was because the matchup just wasn't that good for Valkyrie. The wedges, um, it's hard for Valkyrie to fight wedge robots, but they did an amazing job. They were so much more reliable in their Sub-Zero fight than in their Whiplash fight, and I think that's what won it for them. So yeah, I really counted Valkyrie out, but they proved me wrong, and that's awesome. So let's get into some of the fights here. Um, I guess let's start with Hydra and Gigabyte. So I really counted out Hydra last time. I underestimated them. I underestimated Gigabyte too. I didn't realize they'd be driven as well as they would be. I didn't realize they'd be as durable as they would be. And so, and I guess I did the same with Hydra too. So, Now I'd feel bad counting either robot out, for this next fight, but somebody's got to lose. Um, I think I'm going with the safe bet here in Hydra. Their flipper was on another level. Their reliability, their driving's been on another level, and I guess there's no there's no denying that their driver Jake Ewart is an absolute genius, like most of these robot builders are. Um, this next fight, the 8 and 9 seed, it's fun. It's really fun seeing like closely matched up opponents. I didn't think Valkyrie was going to be seated quite so close to Whiplash after they lost, I'd say pretty convincingly to Whiplash, but I still thought Valkyrie would get a high seed, probably above the 15 spot. I didn't realize they'd be so close to Whiplash, and I also really didn't think the selection committee was gonna put them this close together, knowing that Whiplash and Valkyrie had a really good chance of winning their fights, which they did. So we're gonna see a rematch like right away between the two. I had Whiplash winning the whole tournament, and I don't think that changes here. Um, I mean, when they first fought Valkyrie, I thought taking off their weapon wasn't that great of an idea, and it worked out. I think if they used their weapon, it they'd do even better. So I think there's no stopping Whiplash. They're just so hot right now, and yeah, don't count out the Vasquez family. Uppercut versus Ribot. This I loved seeing Ribot perform so well. They got really good bites on Beta. I'd say they outdrove Beta, and oh, I just love this Ribot team. They've really stepped it up this season. After, especially their fight against Mad Catter, it was sad to see them lose, but they keep improving again and again. They really remind me of the Bloodsport team, and I really, eventually, I hope to see that fight. Maybe season 6, we'll see Ribot versus Bloodsport. But um, Uppercut also did like the one shot KO was amazing to see. So, but when they did hit hijinks, like that hit was all uppercut, and it still sent uppercut flying. Like they kind of cut away from it, but when you see the replay, uppercut took a lot of damage just from one hit, and I think that's Ribot's key to victory. Uppercut, they definitely deserve to be in this round of 16, but I don't know if they can make it to the round of 8. I don't think they're quite stable enough. They've got one of the most powerful weapons in the competition. Um, but I really think they're gonna get outdriven here. But I could be completely wrong, but I have Ribot I have Ribot winning this one. They're just such an impressive robot. They're modular. They're one of the best modular robots. I think I keep saying that, but they're just they're just an awesome robot. They're masterfully driven, and they're awesome. Black Dragon versus Tombstone. This is gonna be an absolute slugfest. Seeing that like how reliable Tombstone was in their last fight, I think they're such a seasoned team that I think even after all the damage they took against Mad Catter, they're gonna completely rebuild and be just as reliable. Black Dragon had an amazing showing against Slammo. However, I feel like the Black Dragon team, they've done really well against the bots that couldn't do a ton of damage to them. And then I guess so far this season, the only example that we have of them facing a high power weapon is Copperhead, and we don't really know how that would have gone because they lost their weapon right away. So this could be a complete toss up. I really like the wedge that Black Dragon has going for them. I like how reliable they are. They never stop, even their weapon may stop, but they never stop driving. And uh, I think that's the key to beating Tombstone. I mean, I know I'd counted Tombstone out before. I definitely don't want to do that again. But Black Dragon, Tombstone, they're like amazing teams. They're like some of the best robots in the competition. And so I guess I have Black Dragon winning. Yeah, this is also coming from my complete bias. I I told everybody last episode that the top four I had going were Endgame, Black Dragon, Copperhead, and Bloodsport. And so I gotta have Black Dragon winning this, and I could be completely wrong. They might get destroyed, but I think they've got such a powerful drivetrain. They're so aggressive. I think this might be made or broken. I don't know how to, they can't really say it like that, but the make or break of this fight will be like the driving on Tombstone's part, and especially the driving on Black Dragon's part. So, eh, Black Dragon's got some of the best drivers in the field, therefore I have Black Dragon winning. And it'll be awesome to see them face Robot. That would be such a good fight because they're both just such aggressive robots. If Robot came in with their vertical spinner setup, Robot could easily win. Um, so I think that this is the fight to look out for, Robot versus Black Dragon. I mean, that would be like like two control robot powerhouses, you know, and that'll be awesome. On to Hydra versus Whiplash. This will be such a crazy fight. I think Whiplash can take the flips. I think there's no robot that's more reliable than Whiplash. I don't think Hydra's ever faced an opponent that could take the flips quite like Whiplash will be able to. Um, I know Hydra's had a couple opponents that weren't able to self-right. Their last one, Hypershock, like definitely, and Gigabyte's gonna have a hard time self-righting too. So, I mean, I don't know. So, let's go with Whiplash here. And now on to Robot versus Black Dragon. I really think that I think Black Dragon has this, so I can't wait for this fight. If it does happen, so if it does, I'll definitely have to make another video on that. But this is it for this video. Um, stay tuned. I'll be making more of these. See you guys.